My dad joined the army, British Army, in 1937. He was only 17. His regiment was 15 Punjab Regiment. He was from the Sikh unit, and the Sikh regiment was based in Meerut, in UP, Uttar Pradesh, in India. And in the British Raj, I think, which I heard from my father or from other people, was wherever there was difficult times, or they knew that army or enemy is stronger, and the last resort used to be put the Punjab regiment there. They will sort it out. And my dad used to say that, used to tell us that all the people around me got killed, and he was the last one there now. And there was nothing around him. There was no man at all. He was only about 50 yards from the enemy foxhole they used to call it. So in the foxhole, he could see, he was lying on the ground, he could see that there are Japanese there, maybe 15, 20 of them. And he could also see there's an anti-tank gun. And my dad was about 50 yards from that position. And he knew that if he will go back now, if he'll get up and go back, run back, there's no way he's going to survive, because there was no backup at all. There was no soldier around him. He was the only one. And so he thought, look, I'm going to die now. There's no way I'm going to survive. So might as well do something. Might as well kill fear. So he grabbed hold of his gun, his machine gun, a few hand grenades, and got up in front of the enemy. Only 25 yards left, he started throwing the hand grenades at the foxholes. And the Japanese wasn't expecting that. So because they thought that everybody's dead, he killed all of them, 20 of them, and captured the anti-tank gun. By capturing that anti-tank gun, the road was clear, and the path was clear for the army to come back. And my dad was then, well, obviously he don't remember because he had so many shots on his body. And I think 3 days later, he woke up in the hospital. It's in Pakistan at the moment with Dad's 15 Punjab Regiment, and is at their headquarters. We are all aware of 1947 partition, and in partition, we parted everything. Area, Punjab was divided, everything was divided. At the same time, our army was divided as well. So the 15 Punjab Regiment, which Dad belongs to, was actually most of the regiments in there, the companies in there was Punjabi Muslims. Because there was more Punjabi Muslims in it, so that regiment was given to Pakistan. The regiments were divided as well. Sikh regiment came to India, and the Punjabi Muslim regiment of 15 Punjab given to Pakistan, because most of them was Muslims. So my dad said, look, when I won this, I belong to 15 Punjab regiment, and I should stay with my regiment. If the regiment is going to Pakistan, the anti-tank gun should go to Pakistan. So it's in the headquarters, I'm told, that is in the 15 Punjab Regiment headquarters at the moment, is on display somewhere in Pakistan, I don't know where. I said my dad was unconscious for a few days, and he was badly injured, and his legs was all, the bullets were all over the place, in his arm. And still till his dying day, until 1996, his leg always used to hurt from those wounds, The whole commanding officers and the British Army regiment, they came to my village. And they stayed in the village for 7 days. 7 days. It was like a fun fair. It was like a mela, we call it. And it was, in those days, nobody used to get jalebiyan. and the whole village was distributed with the jalebia. My dad used to say that people were, but even the people didn't know what the Victoria Cross was. They thought he did something, and he did something really big. So my dad chose to receive the Victoria Cross in London. There was a big parade in London in the Hyde Park. So they used to have a reunion every 2 years after the World War, Second World War. So my dad used to come to that reunion every 2 years since 1956, I think, onwards. So they used to come every 2 years. That's where they used to meet their old friends. And my dad had a couple of Pakistani friends, well, so-called Pakistani. Obviously for him, they were friends. Khudadad Khan was one of them. And Colonel Durrani was another. I met him personally, actually. Khudadad Khan was the first Muslim who won the Victoria Cross in, actually maybe the first Indian soldier who won the Victoria Cross in the First World War. Yeah. And Colonel Durrani, he won in the Second World War.